What's up, traders? Zach here from the Trading Network. I hope you guys are doing well and that you're ready for another great trading week ahead. I have yet another weekly market profile forecast for you for both the ES and NQ futures markets. So let us dive right in here to the NQ session profile. I'll talk about some of the major levels that I'm looking at from a session or more granular perspective. Then we'll head over to the weekly profile. We'll also look at the weekly candlestick charts because I have a couple things that I want to point out on that end as well. But as you can see here, we are currently trading at 11,470-ish. And the main thing that I'm going to be looking at upon open tomorrow especially is this 11,603 naked point of control from the October 6th regular trading hour session. My thought, especially considering we are trading, well above Friday's high at 11,386, if we can hold acceptance or remain above the high from Friday at 11,386, I'm really going to be looking for a move, first and foremost, I suppose you could say, to this 11,564 area, which is the overnight high from the October 6th into 7th overnight session. And then above that, this 11,603 level is staring us square in the face there. So that is what I will be looking at from a session perspective. Of course, if we get some sell-off into the overnight session and upon open tomorrow, then this Friday's high, of course, is going to be a major area to pay attention to. And then we've got some lower levels from Thursday. Of course, we've got Friday's value area high, the initial balance high, the POC at 11,130, and then the overnight high from Thursday into Friday at 11.1K, basically. But we got a long ways to go. But as it stands right now, I am leaning more towards the upside just because of how we have opened in this current overnight session. Of course, anything can happen and we got to take it one level at a time. But if we do hold this once again, look for a move to 11,560 and then 11,600. And then we've got 638. And I'd really be looking for a move probably back up to that high from that October 6th session at 11,721. So with that said, pop over to the NQ weekly candlestick chart real quick and just show you guys what I'm looking at here. So we had a rejection from the weekly opportunity zone, actually multiple rejections from the weekly op zone. Once we broke it, came up, retested. We had our second lower high here. Could be argued that we put our third lower high in on the weekly. But now, as of last week, we've actually confirmed a local low on the weekly with this weekly candle closing above the top of the prior weekly. So what I will be looking at as it stands right now is once again further upside. And you can see that we have the weekly 200 exponential moving average. That's this purple line right here. You can see we have that sitting at 11,641, not too far away from that naked POC that I was talking about at 603. And then you can see the value area high from that is at 638. So there's some good confluence there. And if we can move and hold above that level, I think that we are very likely to go and retest this wick high from the week of, let's see, that was October 7th. And that is what I will be looking at most immediately on the upside. Above that, we could get a bit of a stronger push towards that 12K, 12.1K area. But again, one level at a time. I just wanted to show you guys what I was looking at in that regard, and also point out that the oscillators are getting closer, the slow oscillators, slow Stokes, especially from the Z cubed, which is in our proprietary indicator package. They are getting closer to the bearish control zone. We have the fast Stokes already in the bearish control zone, looking like they're about to curl and cross up. So we will take it one level at a time, as we always say. But this is typically a structure that we get at least a little bit of upside reaction from. You can see the last time we put in a weekly low here, we got a nice little push to the upside. And by little, I mean, almost 1,500 points. So even up to the weekly 21 EMA from where we currently are is about 650. So keep an eye on that. Let's pop over to the weekly and I'll show you guys a couple things that just kind of stack on top of that confluence as well. You can see we have this weekly naked point of control at 11,624. That is the weekly naked POC from the October 3rd weekly session there. So again, if we can get acceptance above last week's high at 11,431, look for a move towards 11,600, 11,630-ish. And if not, then I will be looking for a move back to the weekly high. And if we break, we do have the potential for some pretty large downside moves back into this area. You can see the value area high from last week, 255, the POC from last week, 11,145. And then we've got the monthly volume composite POC right here around 11.1K, which I was pointing out on the NQ session profile as well, which was the overnight high from Thursday into Friday. So we've got a lot of major levels that we're likely to find some good opportunity at. It's just all about being patient and scoping that opportunity, waiting for it, and pouncing on it when it does show itself. So let's move on over to the ES profile. You can see pretty similar situation here. We're opening well above Friday's high. And I actually want to point out, I think I'll just go over and start with the weekly profile here, because we are at already a naked POC from that same October 3rd weekly profile. So a move and a hold above this level very likely gets us a retest of this prior high, which is also the value area high from that week of October 3rd, right around 38.20. So a move and hold above that, I'm looking at this 38.50 level. There's some really good confluence here between the value area low from the September 12th session and also the range low here, and the initial balance from this weekly profile as well. And then you can see that we also have another naked POC on a weekly from the week of September 12th at 39.68. So if we do see continuation to the upside, these are the major levels that I'm looking at on ES. 37.92 to hold, to be precise. Then I move to 38.20, 38.50-ish, and then, call it. We can also, consider this a major level here, the 38.78 level. This is the volume point of control from that September 19th weekly profile. But really, I think we are likely to see price gravitate towards this 39.60 level if we do get accepted back above 38.50. So again, a long way to go, but these are very, very important levels that we should always keep an eye on and look for opportunity at. If we cannot get acceptance above this 37.92 naked POC right here, then look for a move back into last week's range, specifically testing 37.77 first and foremost, and a break below 37.77 very likely gets us a retest of this 37.25 to 37.35 area, which is the October 10th weekly profile high and the most recent weekly profile value area high. So that is what I will be looking at first and foremost. And then you can see that we also have this high volume node here right around 37.60-ish. So that will be another stepping stone if we do break 37.77 and make our way down to last week's value area high. Go ahead and pop over to the ES weekly as well. And you guys can see the candlestick structure is looking pretty darn good here. Got this nice weekly close, very strong bullish bar closing above the top of this prior bar. So again, I will be looking for a test of 38.18 on ES, which lines up nicely with some weekly profile levels right here. You can see 38.20, that is that last week's high. So that's going to be a good level to look at. And if we move above that, I think it's pretty darn likely, once again, that we get this move to test this prior candle body, this top around 38.87, and we have, that zone that moves up to 39.30, which once again, lots of good confluence on the weekly profile up at that 39.30 area, which is the high from the September 19th weekly session. So that is kind of what I'm looking at. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, getting close to 10 minutes here. But I think I got in some good information. I hope that this gives you some good levels to keep an eye on throughout tonight if you're trading in the overnight session for my extended or my European traders. And if you guys are preparing a trade plan for tomorrow, if you are using our trade plan for tomorrow, of course, mark off these levels that I've discussed. You will see very likely quite a few of them in our trade plan tomorrow morning. If you guys are not familiar with our trade plans, you can get access to them for free in our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the trading network, no spaces. And we release those about 30 minutes after the open for the public. And of course, you can get them 30 minutes prior to the open in our private Discord where we stream every single day. So with all that said, I greatly appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this content. If you do like what you see, please make sure to like, subscribe, and click that bell notification as well to get notified every time that we post videos. If you would like to learn more about what we do here at the Trading Network, check out thetradingnetwork.io, where you can find access to our private Discord, our Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, the Proprietary Indicator Package, the Trading Network Pro Trader Bundle, which includes lifetime Discord access, the Fundamentals of Futures Trading course, and the Proprietary Indicator Package, as well as one-on-one mentorship with me. Check the links down below. And if you have any questions, you can email us at info@thetradingnetwork.io or drop any questions that you have in the comments below. Thank you guys as always. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next video.